Go
Team
fast.
effort.
I think that could be the Rhine River.
All right, we're live. Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular scheduled meeting of the Elk Grove Park District for March 10th, 2022. Can we have a roll call, please?
President Cook,
Here?
Commissioner Bianchi.
Here.
Commissioner Carlson,
Here.
Commissioner Wells,
Here?
Commissioner O'Malley.
Okay, item 3, approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of February 24th, 2022 for the committee of the whole, and February 24th, 2022 for the regular meeting.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Make sure I did that correctly, Bill. Public communication, comments from the audience.
No comments, Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you. Correspondence, do any commissioners have any correspondence? Okay. Recommendations for approval. Need a motion to accept the total base bid from Langton Group of Woodstock, Illinois, in the amount of $106,835.50 for contractual mowing services in 2022, with an option to renew each year with the board approval for up to 3 years, including 3% escalation in 2023 and a 3% escalation in 2024.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Okay, any questions or discussions? And Mark, can you talk a little bit, is this the same amount of area that we had previously, or is it more?
No, we expanded based on shortage in labor. So we added, I think it's 5 other parks to help out staff.
Okay, and so if we approve this, we get the option to renew each year then for the second and third year?
Right.
And the maximum they can increase is 3%, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. And on here, I know that they were not the lowest bid. There was one lower bidder that we felt, you talked a little bit about that we didn't think we would be able to provide the service we need.
Right, after.
So it's the lowest response, sorry to jump in, it's the lowest responsible bidder. And we felt that, what is the company name here? Langdon Group was the lowest responsible bidder.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells,
Yes?
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. And next is acceptance of a total base bid from Berry Landscaping Incorporated of Lockport, Illinois, in the amount of $50,692 for contractual herbicide and fertilizer application services in 2022, with an option to renew each year with the board approval for up to 3 years, including a 2% escalation in 2023 and a 2% escalation in 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions on this? And the only question I had on this was,
I want
oh,
to, I know what you're gonna ask.
what?
So I just want to clarify something really quick, because I caught it after you guys got it. So the dollar amount of total is actually, that's a difference. It's an operating budget. We budgeted $40,000. This is a $50,000. So the difference is $10,000, and
It shouldn't say total on there.
It should say,
It should be difference.
yeah, it should be so we're, yeah, and that's, it's part of the operation budget. So this isn't a, It's in Mark's park budget.
Okay.
I think that's what you're asking.
That wasn't the question I had.
I tried.
That's my question. So on staffing, I can see with the cutting grass is a weekly thing where we would need additional help with, because with staffing there. The herbicides, they're only applied how many times?
Herbicides twice a year
Okay.
with broadleaf.
So is that something that rather than us doing it ourselves, why are we contractually it out if it's only twice a year versus, I can see the mowing, you need additional staff for mowing, you know? But if we're just applying an application, why couldn't that be, why do we need to hire an outside source for that?
Because it's getting all the parks done. We do have staff to do it, but we've contracted out before just to ease some of that maintenance burden on staff. It helps the parks helps them stay on top of weed control, making sure that it gets done.
Okay.
So our turf maintenance, we have 3 full-time, and we've had a really rough go, as you guys know, getting part-time staff, not like we used to, 5 years ago. So we started to incorporate some more contractual stuff to help maintain our parks at a high level
Right.
without losing, because we're not getting the part-time to support our needs.
So I guess my question, even though we're taking away, we hired additional outside contractors to cut the grass, take that away from staff, we also feel that they need this as well, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Right.
Well, I imagine it's an equipment issue too, as far as. putting
Well,
that
we're doing
stuff
some of the
on.
other, they're not doing all of our parks, are they?
No, we do some.
So we do some, so we have the equipment.
We do them in a rotation, so it's not every year we're doing every single park, it's about every 3 years, and this is on a rotation,
Right,
so that's how we do it.
okay. Okay, any other questions? Roll call?
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. Okay, items for information, leisure services update. Tiffany, you're on board. Not bad.
Okay,
Staring
the
at it.
moment you're all waiting for. So, adults and seniors, at the end of February, we had 191 active memberships. Over at the Pavilion Aquatic Center, we had a great month in February. We had 83 total private lessons, and swim lessons were up to 279 participants, which was more than double our numbers in January. We also had a total of 599 total participants for Aqua Wellness for the month. For youth and adult athletic instruction, something new, this last February we hosted a state tumbling meet. Tumbling Times hosted this event in the pavilion. We used all 3 gyms in the field house, and we had over 149 gymnasts from 9 teams competing. And for adult athletics, registration is now open for adult softball leagues, so get your team registered today. For youth athletic leagues, we have a ton of registration happening. So house baseball registration is open, spring rec soccer registration is open, football 7-on-7 touch league registration is open. So get your registrations in today for those youth sports. At Audubon Skate Park, we had 309 admissions for the month of February. In our art department, we are running currently 11 different art classes with 124 participants compared to only 5 classes running at this time last year. In early childhood, we are at a total enrollment of 147 in our preschool program and 22 students in our twos classes. Our Fitness Open gym numbers have continued to increase, and we had a total of 662 total paid participants, so that's not including members, for the month of February. Our total rental numbers in the month of February were 34, our highest number being the Pavilion Aquatic Center with 13 rentals. For our before and after care program, we had a total utilization of 1,755 for the month of February. And then some important upcoming dates. On March 16th, we have our superhero party at the pavilion from 5 to 7. March 17th through the 19th, we have our Mary Poppins production, which will be taking place at the Prairie Lakes Theater in Des Plaines. On April 7th, we have our Dancing with the Band. And then on April 9th, we have 2 different Easter events, Breakfast with the Bunny and Swim with the Bunny, both at the Pavilion. And that's all.
Okay, any questions for Tiffany? Okay. Parks and Planning, Mark.
Parks and Planning staff are gearing up for spring season as the weather started to warm up. Preventative maintenance continues to be the focus within the facilities, including aquatics. The grounds team is happy to begin wrapping up the winter season by disassembling the ice rinks and finishing up with winter pruning. Though it may be too early to put away the snow equipment, staff is making sure that the athletic field equipment, base pegs, and other items are ready to be put out for the spring season. Staff will begin the process of assessing the ball fields regularly to ensure they are ready to go as soon as possible. Additionally, staff continue to work on capital projects. Long lead times continue to be an issue, but staff is diligently working with vendors to plan accordingly. For example, truck 272, the Ford F-250 was ordered last January 2021. It was just delivered last week. We're still waiting for the replacement of truck 240, which is a Ford F-450, which was ordered at the same time last year. I would also add, after the time I wrote this, the work at Audubon Skate Park entry has begun. They're framing out the doors, getting ready for some of the other subcontractors to come in and take measurements for glass and other things.
Okay.
That's all
It's the
I have.
Bobby Key entrance.
Any questions for Mark?
8 years.
Business service plans, Brad.
Took 8 years. to do.
HR is working with our facility and program managers on hiring for summer. Continue to visit our website for updated information on positions. Our auditors completed our audit. We're waiting on year-end documents from IMRF. We just received today our documentation from GFOA. Happy to announce that for the 21st year in a row, we received the Certificate of Achievement in Financial Excellence. So congratulations to the finance staff on that.
And how long have we been on the board, Bill? 21 years.
The district did end up receiving a grant from IEMA and FEMA for COVID and our response in the public health emergency. So we're getting a district of about just over $9,500. So we're waiting those funds, but we have heard word that we won the award, so we're excited about that. That'll be our first COVID relief funds that we've received throughout the pandemic. The golf course, we continue to get great feedback. Bags and simulator leagues are entering their final months, and hopefully the course will be opening soon. It's going to be dependent on the weather tonight. Right now we're targeting Wednesday. Check our website and social media for that confirmation coming hopefully tomorrow. Don't hesitate to book your simulator time, even with the bad weather. They're filling up fast. So that concludes my report.
Okay, any questions for Brad? Okay, marketing, communications. Kelly?
All right, thanks. February 14th, we sent out an e-blast to everybody, letting them know about all of our sports programs that are available for registration and our Mary Poppins theater performance coming up. So there are tickets still available. So if people are looking for a fun night in the middle of March, they can sign up for that. We also were very strong on social media in February with posts about the Dance With Me program or event and our parks cleanup of the Olmsted and Morton Park. I touched a little bit on our board report with our website analytics. We increased in February over January by 1,000 users to our website, and our duration time too, as far as people spending time looking through things on the website, increased a little bit. And the 2 most popular pages of the website were our Jumps and Jiggles as well as our aquatics. So people are really trying to find out what's going on with Jumps and Jiggles and aquatics, which makes sense due to the time of the year. And then last but not least, we have our spring and camp guides that have been out in the mail. So if you have not received it, you can stop by the Hattendorf or the pavilion to pick your copy up, but the mail should be delivering those to you any day now. And our resident and non-resident registration for spring and camp is now open, so online and in person. And that concludes my report.
Okay. Any questions for Kelly? Okay, Ben, Deputy Director,
So quiet.
you're up.
Excuse me. We've officially set a date for, I'll call it open house for the new clubhouse, which we've been open since mid-December. Please come by and say hello on Thursday, April 7th from 5 to 7. We'll have food prepared by our chef, Cesar Betancourt, and we look forward to seeing you out there. Again, April 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. It's a Thursday. Marshall Park update. Just received word from IDNR, which is Illinois Department of Natural Resources. They released the OSLAD schedule, and it looks like they're pushing back the announcements till late summer, early fall. So we'll hear at some point, hopefully by the end of the summer, early fall. This revised schedule still works in line with our design document schedule that I had presented to you guys. But we're looking at 4 to 5 months. So starting in April, we're still on track to do our design and construction documents, getting ready for hopefully an announcement that we did receive the SLED grant. So look forward to that. That concludes my report.
Okay, any questions for Ben? What was the first topic? Any questions?
Open house.
Yes, have we sent, or will you send invites
We're gonna,
to
Yeah.
all the
We will be sending them out.
trustees, village,
Yeah.
library boards, school boards, and all those?
Yeah.
Okay, dignitaries, thank you. Any other questions? Old business. Commissioners have any old business? How about new business?
The only thing I had under new business, and Alan ought to be happy about this, but I want to challenge staff to, businesses come and go, our parks have different needs. John grew up in Elk Grove, I grew up in Elk Grove, and at one point, Muir Park, and this is one by Devon and Tani, was popular. It absolutely is not right now. When we grew up, there was an A&P, a Sun Drugs, Marty and Joe's, a True Value. They've knocked down 3/4 of it and they put up a warehouse. You drive past there in the summer, they don't even have parking. They have like 7 spots for Fat Mustards and Subway. At what point do we, and not worrying about coming up with the statistics that we should have a park every 2 miles and stuff, at what point do we just say, nobody uses it, let's get rid of this park and save the expense of the playground, the mowing, anything. So, and I'm not just picking that particular one out, but again, we once talked about retrofitting where Bob wanted some lights at Audubon, and I'm like, well, if we can get more demand over there, because it's the field everybody wants to play with, and we change, how the playgrounds and parks are at other places where maybe we eliminate something or add something, I want to continue to have staff do that. But Muir Park is a starter because the whole area has changed from when we grew up, and it's no longer a neighborhood park. It's actually a warehouse next to it now, But doesn't underneath the high soccer tension use it?
Oh,
Oh,
No,
They
they
were
stopped
using
using it
it
years ago, probably 5 years ago. It's underneath the power lines. So to add to your point, Commissioner,
My last name's O'Malley.
I know, it's just saying. I'm thinking about my point I'm trying to make.
I know.
So we have a intergovernmental agreement with ComEd, and we mow that whole, what do you call that?
Right away.
Right away, yeah, that whole and it's only because they let us put a path connecting the neighborhood to that park.
Okay.
So that would be, in my opinion, significant, well enough to look at the reducing dollars and mowing, because that's a pretty big piece of property. That's mowed once a week for 33 weeks. So,
Okay, well,
it's
you know,
something with-
well, we can talk about it at a committee of the whole
right.
with all the commissioners, and maybe look back at the cost savings and feel what your staff thinks, and maybe residents hearing this, or you send out a postcard that we're talking about eliminating a park and see what residents use, but I do know right now because of the tennis courts and the baseball field and the new playground over at Ridge and Clearmont, that's the park everybody uses.
Right. Fairchild.
Correct.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Any other new business? Okay, payment of the bills. Need a motion for payment of the bills for February 24th, 2022, in the amount of $188,029.06, and for March 3rd, 2022, in the amount of $144,183.20.
So moved. Second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Wells,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes?
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes, Kathy.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells,
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. Meeting's adjourned.
That's fantastic.